Welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal are back in action this weekend against West Ham, and we have some big injury news on Saka, on Gabriel Martinelli. They won't be available for this game, but they're getting really close. Now we're going to be talking about Saka as well with Ethan Nwaneri. What should happen? I've seen the debate online, and I said I will bring it to the community. What should happen with Saka and Ethan Nwaneri? If Saka comes back, does Nwaneri straight away run to the bench, or do we find a place in the team for Nwaneri to continue playing regularly, or do we get somewhere to for Saka to play somewhere else? Probably Saka could play on the left wing. Talk to me in the comments box below. What should happen when Saka returns? What should happen with Ethan Nwaneri? I want your thoughts. I want your comments in the comment box below. We'll talk about Tomiyasu and the decision Arsenal have to make about his future, especially with injuries, and then we'll talk about how all these boys coming back at the same time gives us a huge leap into the title race. Let's get into it. Let's start off with that big update that we got yesterday from Tomiyasu himself. The player confirmed on his social media that he has had a very successful surgery, and he will be out for the rest of the campaign, and he will also be out for the beginning part of next campaign. But we hope for all the best, and we wish him all the best as well, and a very quick recovery. Now, for me, Tomiyasu, like I've already said, one of the best defenders you have at this Arsenal team. And I think Tomiyasu is one of the most loved players at Arsenal. And the reason for that is when he came in at right back, Arsenal really suffered a lot with, I would say, low budget, low quality right backs. Hector Bellerin, who didn't actually have proper throw-ins. You had Mathieu Debuchy. We really struggled to find one player that could give us a quality assurance in that area. And when we found Tomiyasu, we loved him, I loved him, you guys loved him, and the whole entire fan base loved him. And that's why until now, when we say, should we sell Tomiyasu because of his injuries, everybody says, look, Kosi, no, let's give him a chance, let's wait and see what's going to happen, because we know there is something about Tomiyasu. He was the first Arsenal defender before William Saliba and Jelen Timber to humble Erling Haaland. And remember, whenever we played Manchester City, we always played Takehiro Tomiyasu against Erling Haaland, and it worked out very well. He's the first Arsenal defender still to successfully deal with Mo Salah. And whenever we played Liverpool, and Takehiro Tomiyasu was honest and very okay in terms of fitness, we played him against Mo Salah, and he was successful. I think he's a very versatile defender. I think there is a talent there to be reckoned with. It's just the injuries are becoming rampant. And I'm not saying kick him out. I'm not saying just like throw him out. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say here is that, can we find a way of getting this guy back to the pitch? Can we find a way of dealing with his injuries? Now, the good thing with Mikel Arteta is that he has built his defense in a way that each player needs to play less than 30 games in a campaign, but every other option that he has in defense is as quality as the player he's replacing. So look at Takehiro Tomiyasu at left back, Timber plays there. At right back, Timber and White play there as well. If you play Tomiyasu at centre back, there's Gabriel, there is Saliba, and there is Kivior as well. So I think Tomiyasu can actually be a very good Arsenal player, a very good Arsenal squad player. I think he won't be this guy that starts every single game or starts every majority of the games. I don't think that's where we're going to see his career end up as. But we're going to see him as a player that at any point in time, whenever Arsenal need quality cover, he comes in. So I'm going to say quick recovery to Tommy. We are not going to see him this season. We are not going to see him at the beginning of next season, but we hope he comes back better. He had a very successful surgery. Let's wait and see. Now, of course, that makes it 3 to the list of players that we want to see this season again. At the beginning of last season, that is Kai Havertz, and that is Gabriel Jesus as well, if you want to add them onto that list. But the good news is that our duo, our dynamic duo, our boys, the superstar, Saka, and the multi-talented, electric, quick Gabriel Martinelli are coming back within a very short period of time. And why I'm actually very happy is that I am seeing Liverpool doing shake the mango tree. I am seeing Liverpool defense starting to dance Macarena. And I'm saying, if the Liverpool defense has started dancing Macarena, oh Macarena, and I am seeing this Liverpool defense, a couple of attacking options are keeping it honest, and they are dripping goals, I think Arsenal have a chance. And I've said this before and I said again, I think we have a chance when it comes to this Premier League title. So with Bukayo Saka, let's start off with Saka. With Bukayo Saka, him coming back is the equivalent of Salah at Liverpool. It's the equivalent of Kevin De Bruyne being fully fit at Manchester City. It's the equivalent of Bruno Fernandes being fully fit and fully on form in Manchester United. That is our star player. That is our brain. That is the guy that doesn't need the whole team to do well in order for him to do well. And if you are honest, you will realize that the number of set pieces, quality set pieces, that are actually coming into the penalty area has reduced. And that is because we only have one quality option to swing those balls in, and that is Declan Rice. I thought Odegaard should be good at that, and I thought Nwaneri should be good at that, but I think the bar has been set so high by Saka and Rice that Odegaard and Nwaneri's crosses, they just look, set pieces, they just look ordinary. They just look out of place. But of course, the crosses are still good. Now, with Saka, for me, I think Arsenal will be able to win games just with the psychology of him coming back. Like, players seeing Saka back on the pitch, that is going to raise the level of so many players. I think football is all about psychology, isn't it? You look at a team like Liverpool, the fact that they've had many of their leaders and many of their top performers on the pitch, even when these players are not performing, it is enough for the rest of the team to perform. And I think with Saka, that's what Arsenal are getting. That psychological element that our best player is on the pitch, and therefore, whatever happens, we're going to win. And I'm going to see players trying to raise their standards to match Saka's standards. They're going to want to help him. They're going to want to work with him. They're going to want to support him. And in so doing, we are going to see a whole different Arsenal. But also what I think here, and this is purely my thought, is that I think the right wing is even going to get better. Now, don't get me wrong, Ethan Nwaneri has been fantastic. Fantastic. For his age, to give us that, what he has given us, kudos to the lad. Kudos to the lad. There is nothing we demand of him. But I think Saka is just different. Saka is just levels. It's when you have Joselu. There's a time when Madrid had Joselu up top, and now they signed Mbappe. It's a different level. Mbappe might struggle a little bit to the start, but he will score a hat-trick without a penalty against Manchester City. That is the difference between a good striker, a good player, and his backups. If you're a backup, you're good, but when the main guy comes back, he is better. So I think that's one thing we're going to get from Saka: extra creativity, extra energy, extra confidence, and extra 3 points. So there's a conversation of what should happen between Nwaneri and Saka. And I've seen a few people, and I think this is like, we've got to talk about this, right? A few people were saying, listen, why don't we play Saka on the left wing and keep Ethan Nwaneri on the right wing and just work with Trossard or Merino up top? I disagree. I think the speed of Gabriel Martinelli and his ability to take on players is necessary and very, very needed. I also think that Saka being on the right is a very important aspect of this Arsenal team, especially with Ben White coming back and Odegaard looking to come back in form. I think that partnership of Saka, Odegaard and White should be kept intact. With Ethan Nwaneri, if Mikel Arteta wants, he could use him as the starting striker, and then we could bring on Mikel Merino later, or still, he's just 17. Nwaneri could drop to the bench Wait for Saka to come off because we've got to keep them fit. You can't play him for 90 minutes after him coming back. It's going to be disastrous. Play him for at least 10 minutes, 80 minutes, and then give Noneri the 10 minutes. That's what I would suggest. And also we can shuffle them around. With Gabriel Martinelli, I think Arsenal have options on the left. Right now, it's Trossard. But him coming back, he's definitely better than Sterling. Definitely better than Sterling to have as an option. So what does this mean for the title race? It means that as Liverpool start to quake, as Liverpool start to crash under pressure, Arsenal are getting their guns back, and we are in for a good run. Liverpool, they need to buckle up because we are in for a hell of a ride. See you right in the next one.